Here's a list of moments from the Percy Jackson show that I loved. You fell in love with God? Like Jesus? The way that Tartarus looked. Annabeth's guilt. Grover's need to prove himself. She met a Pinecone's fate. Annabeth freaking out about Disney World and Percy smiling at her like he's never liked a person more. Sally sitting in the rain. The massive wave that Percy created to defeat Ares. That moment in the arch where Percy tricked Annabeth and swung her around using the sword so that he could save them both. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Percy, a 12-year-old, warning Ares, the literal god of war, to watch out. The way Sally's face looked every single time young Percy begged her to stay. That scene at the beginning where Gabe and Percy are mocking each other, specifically the part where Percy goes losing at imaginary poker. The way that Olympus looked. When they lose Annabeth in the fields of Asphodel and Percy just starts screaming her name. Annabeth yelling at Hephaestus for being a douche like the rest of his family while Percy was trapped when she could have tried and got him to help her out. The seaweed brain and wise girl drops. Grover playing VR in the Lotus Casino. I am impertinent. The way that the cabins looked at Camp Half-Blood. Specifically how lively the Hermes cabin looked and how lonely Poseidon's cabin looked. Percy and Annabeth's conversation in the train at night. The scene underwater in the Tunnel of Love where Percy accidentally saves Annabeth and doesn't even know how he did it. Percy killing the Minotaur. The way that Annabeth looked at Percy when he used Medusa's head to petrify the Fury. The way that Grover was willing to get petrified because he was hungry. The Percy and Clarice fight on the beach. The moment where Poseidon claims Percy. And Percy subsequently not caring at all. Percy looking at the drachma and saying, I think they're Canadian. The way that Luke desperately tried to convince Percy to see his side. When Annabeth says, I heard everything.